And the president of McMaster University is apologizing to current and former students who have experienced anti-black racism at the school, admitting that action wasn't taken to prevent it. A report was released today recounting disturbing experiences of black student athletes. Nicole Martin has details.
From racist remarks to an insufficient concern from other players, coaches, and staff, black student athletes have shared their experiences at McMaster University.
There were times when they felt that they didn't belong here, and that's something that we're committed to addressing from this day forward.
One student says, during my first year, I was called a racial slur at a restaurant on campus by one of my teammates. In June, CHCH News spoke with defensive lineman Fabian Foote, who was the first athlete to speak up about his time at McMaster.
I was called a monkey by one of my coaches, saying, "Oh yeah, what he said, King Kong, gorilla, monkey, one of the three." And they thought it was so funny, but it really wasn't funny because those are real life experiences that I faced.
The school spoke with all athletic coaches this morning ahead of the report's release. Current and former student athletes have detailed allegations of anti-black racism in their interactions with coaches.
Like this, an alum was reported to have contacted a coach several years after graduating to get in touch, and the coach replied, "What's up, my racial slur?" And another account says, during my second year at McMaster in the weight room, a coach said to me, "When are you going back to Africa?" And he laughed after he said it. I reported the incident to a coach. Nothing happened. They just went on casually.
Years and years, of a racial slur being, reported to the higher ups. No one's doing anything.
The school couldn't say if any of the coaches have been fired.
If there are any formal complaints, that would go through a confidential process. The outcomes of that investigation would could involve anything from education for those who are involved up to more serious consequences.
Sean Van Kunent is the Dean of Students and says the school is taking immediate action to implement the recommendations in the report.
We view this as a process where we want to engage with our black student athletes and the black student community to try to build from here.
They will be increasing representation, developing supports and scholarships for black student athletes.
Black Student Athletes Council, physical space for a Black Student Services office. There are a number of initiatives that we want to start on.
The school says it's a starting point in the hope of rebuilding trust. Nicole Martin, CHCH News.